Welcome to the House of Grim podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host for today, Slenderman, and we have the two best co-hosts around. We have Grim Grimes and Dan Bob. And today we have a very special guest on the show, coming straight out of a number of organizations that I've seen that she's a part of, and it's SOS.
Hello, how's it going?
Now,
hey, thanks for coming out.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on the show, and was very grateful for that. I mean, what do you guys want to hit it with?
Well, I've been looking you up since Slenderman first told us about you possibly coming on our show. And what I found out about you, man, is you are a super talented woman, man, and you can go out there in the ring. I've seen you wrestle Fallen Gray. I first learned about Fallen Gray, so I know that she's a pretty well known name out there in the wrestling business. And so once I was told about you and I started doing research on you, I'm like, oh wow, this girl can go.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a bit, even longer than Gray. So
wow.
it's like I want to say the last few years I've really kind of like blew up even further because it would be for trading, it would be like 10 years come February.
Oh, wow.
I've been in the business. Yeah, so half that time I have been traveling, and the last like three and a half is when I really kind of blew up, and most of it I guess happened after I broke my wrist in 23.
Oh,
So, which
wow.
I honestly, I feel like the whole injuries make you better thing actually is factual because after I got injured, I came back. I seem to have gotten way better. But yeah, like that's like I've been out and about, and I think a lot of people have considered me like that hidden gem in Arizona because not many people know until they see me. They're like, holy shit, you're good. And I'm like, yeah, and they're like, "Why have you been about?" I'm like, "I don't know. I've been pushing myself out there." But like, I'm like, if y'all have spaces, tell me. I'm happy to go anywhere because like I love the business. I love wrestling, so I'll just go. So
Yeah, I turned a
Yeah.
couple of our buddies on here in Michigan. I told them about some of your videos and showed them what you can do, and they're like, "Man, why ain't she been around here?" Like, man, like so I'd be surprised if they like try to friend request you and keep in track with you, because they fell in love with you too, just like we did, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, if they can hit me up anytime, I'm happy to go up there. I've never been to Michigan, and I would love to go up there just to kind of experience it, even with wrestling. So it would be awesome.
What?
From what I've seen, and these guys tell me, it seems like they always have a good time every time they go over there.
Oh
At the
yeah.
shows.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got a handful of promotions here in Michigan that are like top notch, man. We got like IWR. We just went there last night. Pure Pro Wrestling. They also do a lot of functions for children and things like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
IWR is a Rhino's promotion that he runs.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, the Man Beast Rhino.
Oh, speaking of which, have you ever wrestled for a Booker T's organization?
No, but I actually, when I first was trying to go into the business, I actually visited there because
Oh, nice.
my mom at the time was living in Houston, and I was like, well, I have a couple options because I was in college at that time, and I was in Colorado Springs, and Rocky Mountain Pro was in Denver, and I was like, either I'm gonna move to Houston and I'll go to Booker T school, I'll stay in Colorado Springs and drive an hour and 15 to Rocky Mountain, or my older sister lived out here in Arizona. She's like, hey, you can come live with us, and by then I found where I'm training at and working with now, which is where I was wrestling with, Priscilla Kelly and Zaya Brookside, which is Arizona Wrestling Federation. And that's like a good 15-minute drive for me now. So I was like, let's see
Awesome.
what I want to weigh my options and see which pathway I want to go because either way, my life is changing. So I was like, I need to make a decision. And so, yeah, I've been there, but I've never actually wrestled there. And I really want to. I know a lot of the girls that have been there, or I've met them when I've gone to Texas and they're like, you need to be there. You need to be there. I'm like, well, like, let me know who to contact or like how to contact so I can get
Or
there.
at
'Cause I'm
least
happy.
have them put in a good word at least.
Right.
Yeah, because
Something.
like there was one in San Antonio, my very first one last year in March that I got to meet Jazz's husband, and Jazz is like a big influence on me. So I got to meet him, and he was backstage and he was like, dude, you're really good. Give me your info. And I was like, I'm happy to come down here. Like at any point in time, just say the word. So I'm also waiting for that because I also know their other girl, Misty Marks, who also is down there. So I know all these connections. I just gotta get
Gotcha.
there.
Right. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Wow. So you've been Texas, now Arizona, and then even in LA too. That's great. That's uh that's great for your career, wrestling career, of course.
Yeah, I've been hitting pretty much most of the Southwest. I would say the only thing what I think I haven't really I've touched pretty much all of California because I've went up to Northern California before too, like quite a few times.
Oh, okay, nice.
I've driven up there. I'm never doing the drive again. That was 11
Oh
hours.
no,
I was miserable.
yeah, crazy.
um,
Yeah,
yeah,
That
after the
just
third
that
time, I
just
was like, I'm flying.
but that just shows you're very passionate about this, though.
oh
When you
yeah,
put in commitment like that, 11-hour drive. That just shows
Yeah,
your commitment.
I was like, "Yeah, I'll make it there," and the promoter's like, "Do you need a room or whatever?" I was like, "If you're offering, sure, but if not, like, I'll either get my own room or I'll just go back or I'll meet halfway of, like, going down to Southern California and just, like, crash there and then finish the rest of the way." But no,
yeah.
I also am kind of like a psycho, and I drove all the way back, all the 11 hours back, and then I just crashed at home.
Man,
So 'cause I was like,
So
at that point, I'm like, "I wanna go home." So,
I commend you. I made a 13-hour drive like 3 times in my life, and never again.
Never
Yeah,
again.
see, you understand.
So I
so I
hate driving. So
I see that you were it looks like trained by a couple different people, three different people. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, now how
Um, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say
No,
how is that different, like, to learn from a couple different people? Like, was that kind of easy, like, to take something from each individual that you learned, or was it kind of hard learning from three different teachers?
it was pretty easy for me. I would say the only difficulty was having to accept the fact that I'm a big girl, so I can't do a lot of the cool other stuff that a lot of the other girls can do. Because I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to do this," and they're like, "No, you can't." Like you're bigger, so you could try it if you want to, but you might not be able to do it the same way they can, and kind of like doing that. But like they all trained me, and like the way I see it is they all taught me different things. One person taught me the psychology of wrestling, the other person taught me the characters of wrestling, the other one taught me the actual wrestling physicality part of it, and like taking all of that from them and then creating like what I can do is why I listed all 3 of them because I learned something from them. Even if it may have felt like it was the same thing, I still took something different from it because they all do different things. So it's like one of those kind of things of like to me it was easy, but others it could be difficult depending on honestly on what they took from it. But I don't know. I'm very much a person that goes with the flow, and I can pinpoint depending on who tells me what, giving the critiques and everything. Like, oh, they say the same thing, so that means I actually need to do this, or that's something I need to take and understand and put it into my own way kind of thing. And that's why everything I do it in my own fashion in comparison to doing something that somebody else is already doing, but not doing an actual complete copy. It's the SOS version.
gotcha.
Okay. There was a picture of you I came across online. You were in some gear that was like green and black. It was a pretty big picture. The gear was phenomenal, man. That was like my favorite gear I found of you in. So I just
Oh,
wanted to
thank you.
highlight
Yeah.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how do you go about? Do you make your own gear, or do you like order it, and do you like give them like a basic idea what you want?
So my gear maker, because I have the one, because I stuck with her since I actually like officially started going on the road. Is Bruhadora. Her name's Danny. I her and I have talked because I got her from a friend because
Mhm.
I was like, I'm tired of wearing the typical high spots gear because that's where we all start is high spots. Everybody starts at high spots or elucha. I don't believe anybody else that does it. But like I learned Danny from there, and Danny's like, "Well, what's your who are you as SOS? What is the character?" And I explained it to her, and I was like, "I'm also very much inspired by cyberpunk and like technology, and also I love Joshi wrestling. I love Japanese culture. I love Asian culture. That's always been something big for me because that's something I got from my dad. So she made my gear and she was like, this is like my first idea. And this is when I first started doing the actual 2-piece set because before then I was doing like a one whole piece set. And those were inspired by Marvel characters because I'm a huge nerd with Marvel.
Nice.
Um, and the 2-piece, that's when she started really making it more of what I wanted, which is technology and with cyberpunk and Joshi. And so we would trade off ideas and like I would give her pictures of inspiration, like basically aesthetic pictures of like, oh, I like this, or I like this gear from this person because of like the colors or the way the color scheme is. And she kind of took it on her own and pretty much recreated what I kind of asked for in her own design way. And now, like, you can probably see a lot of my recent ones, like the green one. I have green, yellow, red, blue, light blue. Like
Oh,
they
that'd be
all have
hard.
the similar, the similar like design, but they're all just different colors now. So now she keeps to this design and then changes the color and changes the fabric. And if I want to do
Gotcha.
design, she'll do it if I ask her. But for the most part, I kind of am going, here, I want these colors. I trust your process. You just do what you want. I'm pretty sure you're gonna make me look great anyway. And she absolutely does. She knocks it out of the park. And like I think 2 weeks ago, I just got a silver set and a new entrance vest that I'm gonna debut this month.
Oh, nice.
So that also is gonna be there. So
Very
yeah,
nice.
like yeah, so
I
I
would
don't
love.
really I designed the gear a little, but like she is the brains of the operation from head to toe. But she is happy to hear my opinion, and if I don't like it, she's more than happy to adjust it or anything. Which anything she's done, I haven't hated.
Yeah.
I have actually very much loved it because me and her almost think the same with color schemes. Because I'm a visual art major, so
Oh,
I love the idea of color and mixing things and design. So like we're trading off like two art kids trying to figure out an art project together.
right. Nice.
So
That's
I would
awesome.
love I would love to
That's
see
awesome.
the blue gear, man. I bet that would be real hard, the blue. Um, so I've actually popped really hard when I seen your gear. My brother Grim was standing right next to me, and I was like, "Dude, look at this gear, man. This is hard, bro." And I was like, "What is that like circuit? Is that like a?" He's like, "Yeah, man. Yeah." I was like, "Bro, that's awesome."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
color
like
goes in great.
a wrestler that invests in their gear, you can tell they're really actually passionate about the business. Like
For
you see
sure.
it like on the indies, you see a lot of people wrestling in shorts and t-shirt stuff like that, which is fine. Like if
Mhm.
that's all you got for now, that's fine. But you know, if you're
yeah, it's just like
if you're a
eventually,
10-year
if you're
vet,
serious,
you gotta have that gear
yeah.
right. Yeah. So
Yeah, and if you want to elevate the and it's the
yeah,
way my trader even told me, if you want to elevate by going out more, you want to invest in your gear because
yeah,
a lot of the times, other than the body is like the one of the most important things in wrestling, what you wear on it is what also appeals to people, especially if it's something different.
right.
So if you do that, that's when they really it catches a lot of people's eye. Like how you're saying the green gear is like the one that caught you. That's usually what ends up happening is like people see the gear and they're like, oh, that's cool, and then that's when they kind of they dive in and figure out who this person is and really invest in
Mhm.
who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So like it's the first thing that catches your eye is what you're wearing.
Yeah,
So
there's a guy at one of the local promotions. We've seen him a couple times at KS. He has like this Dragon Ball Z inspired gear, and I was like, you
oh
know,
nice.
big anime nerd. I was like, oh, I got all excited about his gear. My brother's like, I don't know Dragon Ball, but it looks cool.
Yeah, he had the swords that that
No,
were like
no,
crossed.
no, different guy.
Okay,
The
well
one
that guy was cool
that
too.
the one when he does his entrance, he comes off the top and does the
Oh
superhero
yeah,
landing.
yeah,
He
yes,
does the
yes,
whole
yes.
landed
He's
on the
cool.
knee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
Like, man, you're gonna blow your knee out one day, but that's cool interest. Let me ask you this: as a veteran, you got 10 years doing this. What's some advice that you would give a female that's trying to get into the business?
um Make connections, especially with the other females because there's not as much as a lot of people think that there's a lot of us. There is actually still a small pool of female wrestlers, especially ones that stick around long enough. Because it is very much still a hard business to break into,
Mhm.
especially if you're not someone that's super. I don't want to say super beautiful, as if like it's easy for them, because it's still not. But if you're really pretty, it's really easy still to get. It's still easy to get in. But
Mhm.
like it's one of those things that it's now turned a new page, which a lot of people have stated, with WWE with the Divas Revolution. The moment that people started realizing that women's wrestling is like amazing and we're not just there to be like eye candy to just stare at, that's when it really started to hit to people like, yeah, we actually need to get our shit in gear. Like we
Mhm.
can't just be like, oh, like smiles and blah blah blah. It's like, no, you we're gonna hit you. Like
Right.
so it's one of those things I just tell, like I have three new girls now at our school that I've been helping, and they've been kind of taking my advice from because I had a little bit of it with my one of my female trainers, but like she never really ventured out too much. So now that I ventured out, I'm kind of taking in what I'm learning, which is always make the bonds with the females, because you never know when that person is like, "Oh, I remember you. Let me hit you up and see if you're able to make this show," because they're asking for more girls. Because I don't know what it is. All over the country, they all need females to some degree, especially because they don't like to use the same girl over and over again, unless obviously it's for a storyline or things like that. So I try and make connections with any female just by saying hi, introducing myself, watching their stuff. They end up watching mine because, as we do in the back, we always want to watch each other's matches. But like really kind of getting to know the other girls, especially if you are within their circuit consistently, because eventually they'll remember you, and that's when they'll actually bring up your name somewhere, and the promotion may come out, contact you and be like,
Right.
yeah, this person hit me up and wanted to and told me your name and wanted to see if you can make this booking. That's definitely like the number one thing I tell people is just to make connections. It's the thing overall with wrestling, but for females especially, because if you are really good at what you do and really passionate and you really want to go out, that's the main thing. And also the other thing is learn, if you don't know social media very well, learn it quick. Because it's that age, we're in that age of social media is pretty much almost everything.
Yeah.
But also to be careful what you post and what you say.
Yep.
Because a lot of people are learning very quick that what you say and what you do on social media is it will be there and it
Yep.
may be there forever.
Never
I
know
Back
when
fortunately have
someone.
100%.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Very
will say
true.
I've been very fortunate where I have not been part of that kind of situation, but I've been in circles where it has happened and seeing it happen in real time and things like that. So I always tell people like be careful what you say and what you do, because
Yeah.
it will always come back to you. It always comes back. Even the people in WWE right now, like they something pops up all of a sudden that they said 6 years ago
Yep.
that they don't believe in anymore. So I'm like, just be careful. Just be careful in what you say and what you do. If it's not on social media, at least in what you say in the locker room,
That's
because we're
very good
supposed to be
advice
professional
for sure.
wrestlers. Yeah, so those are like the two main things that I tell people, and also like we've talked about before, get good gear.
Yeah, good gear.
Start with the basics, work your way up. If you have to make it safe, just save some money on the side to just start building up, because it helps. I didn't realize how big it helped until I actually switched my gear. So
Now, is there any like adversity as a female that you faced coming into the business?
you mean like if there was any issues?
Yeah.
Um, a little, because I'm a big girl. That I know for a fact that was what hindered me a lot. It still kind of does, but also a lot of people are realizing that I move just as quick as the other girls. So they're like, "Oh, never mind." And like it's because I kind of like let me prove to you that I can hang with them,
Hmm.
because it's not just like just because I look big does not mean I move big.
Yeah.
And even if I
Right.
move big, it's always a purpose. And it's one of those things, and it happens like in real life, even outside of wrestling. People who are big seem like we get a whole different version of the world in comparison to somebody who's smaller than us.
Yeah.
And that's something that when I first came up, that was a little bit of issue without people telling me. I kind of knew from the get-go. My trainer kind of set me up for success in that way, where he's like, you're big, so that's gonna be something that might hinder you. He's like, "You're very much like Awesome Kong, so it's going to happen. It may take some time, but it will happen. Just be patient. Don't get too super frustrated about it, but be patient." And I have been. Have I been frustrated? Sure, because 'cause I'm like, "Why can't I go here?
Right.
That makes no sense. I hit you up and you won't answer, but you'll answer another person that's in the same place that I'm in." And like it would frustrate me, but I kind of got over it. But that's the main one I would say that
Okay.
really, when I first started, it was an issue. But now I think because I have a lot out there to show that I run really fast, even for someone my size, or I can move just as quick. I can move around the ring just as quick that they're realizing like, okay, she can hang with them. Like there should be no issue.
Yeah. I
So, but
I think
I would say it's
Just like
lessened now than it was before.
just like men, with the men,
there's
you got all different shapes and
yeah.
sizes of the
This
guys. So I mean, that you need that too with the girls, with the women wrestling,
yeah.
because the women are starting to wrestle just like the guys now too. So what I mean, you need all shapes and sizes. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And
You do. But you
um,
would think that like people would see it that way, but no, with the women we're seeing it entirely different. If you're a big girl, it's different from seeing a big guy. A big guy, it's like, oh
right,
man, he's a monster, he's a beast, blah blah blah. But if
See
you see a
that
big girl, they're like,
that's
oh okay,
I,
and
after
I've
it's like
that,
said
it's weird.
but
I've said it before to
right,
him.
I
Like
see.
they need to like with Nia Jax, they need to like just book her like a giant, vicious monster.
Yeah.
You know, like that
Yep,
she's like running through the division. You know, like
yep.
make her like you know on the level of a
Make her
Brock. You know what
embrace
I'm saying?
the Samoan heritage she got in her
Yeah.
blood, man. Make her the monster that whatever. Just like you said, man, just make her like something big where, instead of actually just
Utilize
booking her with a
utilize her size.
Yeah.
Why not?
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
use it to her advantage.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of big girls though that are sexy and beautiful, and I mean, um, like you with your gear. You know what I'm saying? You actually look really beautiful in your gear, and you're very
Thank you.
talented, and what I'm saying, you're gonna go places. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee it, bro. Like
Yeah.
Thank you.
we're gonna see you like either in
Excuse me.
AEW, we're gonna see you somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because
Thank you.
you
That's
can
the
go.
goal. That's
You
the
know what I
goal.
mean? Yeah.
That's
You
definitely
know.
the goal is I want to.
Like you seem to be very intelligent, you know what I'm saying, with the way you can hold yourself and carry a conversation. You're a beautiful, smart female wrestler, man, and I got faith that you're gonna go amazing places, man, because you invested
Thank
so
you.
much into yourself.
Thank you.
Is there is there anybody on the independent scene where you're currently at that you haven't had a chance to work that you want to work?
There are so many. There are so many. The number one person that I've stated since she's been released, since she's been open for bookings is Nixon.
Okay.
I've watched her when she was for the Mae Young Classic and when she's been in WWE. So when she got released, one, I was bummed, but two, I was also excited because I'm like, she's gonna come into the indie scenes. That means I might be able to cross paths with her. I already got to face Priscilla Kelly, which that checked a box off my list.
Nice.
Zaya Brookside was another one off my list. So being able to work with people like them, I'm like, okay, it's getting there. We're getting to levels and things like that. So I know
Hmm.
for sure her. Um, I there like literally there's so many talented girls that like I've either come across or I've been watching them like Vipress. I really want to be able to work one day. I really actually want to wrestle Misty Marks. I haven't. I've been in the locker room with her and we had a potential storyline bound to happen in a promotion, but it ended up falling through. Um, but I want to really work her. And there's a ton of girls in down in San Antonio with the hybrid school of wrestling.
Okay.
Because I managed when I went down there to San Antonio, I actually got to have a time during one of their days because I was there for the week to actually go to their school and train there with them. And like those girls, like they absolutely mean business, and that's what I like. So like I absolutely want to work any of them. I got to be in a rumble with the River City Wrestling down there, and so I got to actually work with a little bit of them, like Maya World. And Maya, I wanna work. She already knows. I told her that we need to find a time and a place to be able to work. But yeah, there's just so many, and because there's so many, especially with new ones coming through, and even some I've been around since I've been around, I'm just eager to wrestle any girl. But like Nixon's just the main one because like obviously for WWE, but like it's someone different in comparison to the other people that I've worked. Like she would be a whole different um measuring stick for experience. in comparison to the other girls I've worked because she works I can tell like she works different from most of the other girls because you know, she's from the other side of the pond. So
Mhm.
she would work differently from everybody else over here. And that's like something I want to be able to tap into.
Gotcha.
So
But
yeah.
one of the matches I seen you do, I seen thumbtacks come out, I seen tables getting broken. I'm like, this is just amazing. Like to see
That's my
female.
question, actually. Sorry to cut you off, Dan
Go
Bob.
ahead, go ahead,
But
brother.
that when are you guys gonna have a match like that for 3PWA? I'm waiting to see a table or a chair come
I
out.
don't I don't
You know,
know. It depends on what they want. Cause even the street fight we had not last month, the month before, we had a
I
chair,
remember.
but like it wasn't something like we wanted. I was just like, no, I want to be here with some cookie sheets because that was funny.
Yeah, that was great.
Um,
Hitting Chrissy with
but
the cookie sheets. Yeah, that
yeah,
was
but
great.
like I don't know if they want us to go crazy, I'm more than happy to. But like the amount of weapons that we had were pretty limited, especially because we're coming up from Arizona and like I have so much I could carry in my car because it's not just me, it's also three other people I'm bringing. So it's like I have to come up with a bunch of people. So like I have
Gotcha.
their luggage in my car as well. So I have to get more car space or get a bigger car when I drive up there for, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I
Okay, okay.
actually have a 3PWA question. So,
Yeah,
what's it like working for D'Lo Brown?
Mm,
he is very resourceful, very knowledgeable. He basically has taken me under his wing. Um, I have been talking with him on and off about a lot of things, sending him things to kind of just pick his brain. Because honestly, I've needed somebody like him
Mhm.
in my career to kind of really get that extra leverage because he sees what a lot like how what you guys see with me.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of finding the avenue to get out there and the way like kind of like guiding me in the way to get there. Because honestly, it's at the point where it's basically now it's all about timing. It's not about, "Oh, you need to get better with your wrestling, this with your character." It's more like now it's a time and a place for where one person is gonna see something and it's gonna just pop.
Right.
And, that's where he's been guiding me and stuff. Like he knows, the promoter for, Future Stars of Wrestling in Vegas, for Joe DeFalco there. I also am best friends with their former champion, Gypsy.
Oh, nice.
So, like, but I have both of them even for leverage for there. But I told him like, "Hey, I want to venture out," and he's like, "Exactly where?" And I'll tell him like, "Oh, where I'm looking at this, this, and this," and so he's been helping me. I actually have to message him to bug him tomorrow to
no.
ask him some things. But yeah, like it's amazing. A lot of people, if I tell people, if you ever get the time to have someone like that, like Rhino, for example, you have someone there that you can kind of pick their brain a little bit if they have the time, do it. It's beneficial to me, no matter the experience, because everybody's path is different, and you never know if one of the things that they tell you actually resonates with you to take further.
Gotcha.
And for him, like to me, that's what he's done is that he sees the potential, he sees this, he sees that with me. He's like, let's let's build you like the monster you're supposed to be. And I'm like, yes, please. I'm happy to. I like being built like a monster because I know what I am. so so yeah, it's been amazing. He's a really nice guy. He likes to crack jokes. He doesn't I like to make fun of him in the matches. Uh,
Yeah, I've heard
like
that a couple
he
times. Yeah.
yeah, I always do stuff on purpose, directly to him. And I know like later it's hilarious to him because I purposely make it a point to at least try and see if he's gonna respond. So
Being in Arizona, you're pretty close to the border there. Would you ever consider going to Mexico and working down there?
yeah, 100%. Um, I've had a couple companies reach out, but they're like some of them are a little sketchy to me because
Yeah,
like
I can understand that.
I have to it's not like I have to be picky. It's like I want to be careful,
Mhm.
especially because I
Of
already broke my
course.
wrist.
Right.
I don't want to
Yeah.
get too risky and I end up hurting myself again. So I haven't been like limited as far as like my bookings. It's where I'm limited on where I'm going so that I know that I get noticed and I don't go somewhere that could potentially either have a bad reputation or it's just where I feel like it's risky.
Mhm.
So I have been talking with a couple people to get over to Mexico. It's just I've been very fortunate to be booked and busy. So,
Right,
like,
right.
that's the problem is now I've been very booked and busy. So, like, when they have a date, I'm like, "I'm already booked. Sorry. Let's find another one." And so, like, some of them have been sending me some of their stuff ahead of time so I can kind of, like, formulate, if we can help it. But if it's something, like, they can't figure out at that time and they tell me in enough time, I'll
Mhm.
let them know whether I'm booked or not. But, yeah, I would love to wrestle in Mexico. I really wanna wrestle either as CMLL or AAA, like, I wanna touch those big stages in Mexico. I know, like, I would have to start decently, like, mid-tier, maybe even low tier, but, like, at least to get to that point would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be tuning into AAA tonight.
Yeah.
I know. It's about to happen in, like, a couple hours.
Hoping old Dirty Dom wins the title.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Right?
cool.
It's amazing how far he's come since he started, man. Wild.
Mhm. Agreed.
Mhm.
Any more questions?
Dan Bob,
Uh,
you were going to ask her something about a match before I cut you off.
oh yeah. So how do you feel about the, like the hardcore matches and the death matches and like light tubes coming out? So I did see the tables and the thumbtacks, and I thought that was pretty amazing and awesome that you were going so hard in that match. But how do you feel about the death match scene and hardcore matches?
Hardcore matches I'm fine with. I personally don't like death matches as far as like me doing them.
Yeah.
If that's someone's like cup of tea, that's fine. I'm not gonna disrespect them. I'm not gonna be rude. Because personally, like some of the stuff seems cool, but then I'm also like, oh, like I cower away because I'm like, oh, that's so nasty. But I'm not gonna like really crap on the parade. I'm not gonna shit on it. I actually was able to help backstage with the GCW,
Right.
uh, show that was out here in Arizona like a few months ago, and they had like something similar. And like I was there live, get actually watching it for the first time, where I'm like, oh, that's gross. Like now I'm seeing in person, it's kind of ew. But
Yeah.
like also, that's I could see why people like that. But like me personally, I would not like to get hit with light tubes. No, thank you.
Yeah. We
um,
went to
glass panes are a little sketch because like I want to protect my body as far as getting cut the
yeah.
best I can. And
True.
if it happens, it happens. But I like the most hardcore I've gone to. Um, it was like my second year of like being out, and I went to Tucson, and it was like a very hardcore match where they even had like a cheese grater, and the person like cheese grated my arm, and that hurt. I was like, no, after the second
Right.
time. But like that's the hard most hardcore I go to is like that kind of level. I'll use kendo sticks, I'll use like tables, I'll use chairs, cookie sheets.
Mhm.
I've used a cookie sheet with thumbtacks on somebody before. They've used
Ooh,
it on me. Yeah, it was in a match up in northern Texas. It was when I was
shit.
the champ for their company at the time. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, like I could do it. I respect the people who can. But it's like death matches are definitely not my cup of tea to do.
Yeah. We went
But I tell
Gotcha.
people you do you, just be safe. At the end of the day, please be safe. Get home safe.
we
That's all
went
that
to
matters to me.
JCW versus GCW in Detroit a couple months back,
Oh, okay.
and they had they had a couple different like death matches basically, but the last one was like light tubes, full like everything. And there
They
was a
brought out
spot where
everything,
this
huh?
dude's like he has this like gimmick knife, but he's sticking it up in this dude's cut that like it was
Yeah,
to
like
the
he was
point
already
it was
split
to the
and he's
point everybody
still
on that side of
sticking it
the
in there.
audience was like, okay, that's a little too far, dude.
Yeah,
Like, nah.
it's a lot. It's a
But
lot.
I do wanna pitch a spot for a hardcore match. I wanna see this done on the indies, and it's you pull out like a bag instead of thumbtacks, just Lego pieces.
Oh, I actually have been wanting to do that.
Oh
I
yeah.
really want to. Yeah,
That'll be
because
great.
what I wanna do is I wanna slam somebody on it, and then I hit a leg drop, but they move out the way, so I ended up landing on it.
Oh
Because
dude.
like,
That'd be
that
great.
would be
Yeah.
hilarious. for the fans, they would get a kick out of it. So yeah, no, that's something I
Talk to
want to do.
D-Lo.
Yeah.
Talk to
Oh,
D-Lo
I
and
will,
Tony.
because I'm
See if you
pretty,
can do it for the upcoming show
sure.
next month.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up doing another one. Yeah, I have a match for October 3rd for sure. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, all right. Talk to D-Lo and Tony. See if you can sneak in some Legos.
That'd be
Maybe
awesome.
we'll see for sure.
Yeah. Sneak in a good word for me. I've been trying to get chopped by 10 of your guys' wrestlers for about a month now. I keep asking. And now that you guys have that facility in Corona, D-Lo, maybe we can make something now that we have the facility. I was like, all right.
That's true.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, I went and got
I just
chopped.
need 10 people, one chop each. That's it. That's all I'm asking for.
Me and Grim went to Pure Pro Wrestling's Friday night fights, and at the end of their show that night, they allowed us to get in the ring and to celebrate when we first hit our 100 subscriber mark, to get 10 chops, and I only made it to 3.
I had to pick up the slack and take 8.
Yeah, he had to finish. Coach Joe had to finish it, give him 1 too. It would be awesome to see you wrestle here in Michigan, man. Honestly, I feel like you'd be a great fit for like Chaos Wrestling. It's here in Port Huron, Michigan.
Oh, that would be great. Chaos Wrestling.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to try and pass your contact information long and far and wide. Anybody that I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody that so far I showed 3 of my friends, man, 3 or 4 friends, some of your videos that are on YouTube and stuff, and they fell in love with you. So I just know once I show everybody else, they're gonna fall in love with you too. You know what I mean?
That's all we do here.
Appreciated. And honestly,
spread the word.
If it's anything, like if it helps, because I know a lot of people worry that because I'm in Arizona, I'm gonna ask like for a ton of money and blah blah blah. Like, no, I'm so passionate about wrestling that like I'm willing to negotiate with people to make it easier on them. Because it's easier on them and easy on me. Especially because they obviously expect, especially for going up to Michigan, that I want, the flight of being paid or like the room being paid. But most times all I ask for them is like, can I just get this part of my rate and just like accommodate me for a room or somewhere just to crash for the night? Because usually I'll take my flights like the next morning. I usually don't try and take a red eye because I've cut too close one time and I was like, never again. So
Gotcha.
so like that's usually what I do is I negotiate with people. I don't really try and like say this is what I want and not really not movable. I'm very, like I said, I'm very much going with the flow. So I kind of like work with whatever is for that promotion because I know for a fact that seeing Arizona and wanting to go to Michigan, they're gonna think I want a ton of money, just like people over on the East Coast. And I'm like, no, I just want this and just want a room. If you guys have the ability for a room, like
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, just like you were saying, like there's a shortage of female wrestlers out there. You know that I feel that way too, because like I was talking to a female talent here in Michigan, and they were saying that too. Like, if you know any women, man, send them our way. You know, we'll train them. Like, there's not a whole lot of females out here, so yeah. So apparently we could use some female superstars out here.
yeah, there's not that many here in Arizona either. That's why I'm very like grateful we have 3 new girls that are in for the last few months that I'm kind of like trying my best to keep them because I don't know what it is. I wonder if it's just the intimidation with the business or if it's just something that it's not quick enough for them to get where they want to go. Which completely understandable, but like the way I tell my trainees is, hey, it's going to be a process. You kind of have to be patient with it because you're new, you're like getting this experience. It's basically being on the job training essentially. So you kind of have to build yourself. You got to build your name, build your brand because you are your own business. And I think that's usually what gets people is that they want to get to this, they want to shoot up so fast, but not everybody has that ability to get there.
I think
everybody has that.
I think it's this young generation now. It's they're like the instant gratification generation. You know, they're used to having everything at the tips of their finger. You know, right now.
I apologize.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. No,
give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Well, I just had a brain fart. I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's all good.
I have a question. You said you were a Marvel fan. What's your favorite Marvel character?
Storm.
Storm?
Yeah.
I love the X-Men
You can't
franchise.
see her because it's blurred, but I actually have like a drawing of her from the Game On Expo that was out here. I had the artist give me one of it's a holo like a hologram picture of her.
Nice.
So I have it on my wall because she's my favorite. It's also why I named one of the personalities of SOS as Storm is because of her.
Oh, nice. Dig
So
it.
yeah,
Yeah, I love the X-Men franchise. Like growing up as a kid, it was always like my favorite. You know, remember watching the X-Men Evolution cartoon back in the day, and I was like, man, this is so cool.
yep.
And then of course, the classic '90s X-Men cartoon. So I was always a big
Yeah,
X-Men fan.
the classic '90s are always my favorite. I watch it on Disney Plus all the time when I have like the moment in time, like or if I'm cooking my meal prep, I usually pop it on my phone and
Nice.
like I'll watch it. And when I hear the main theme of the '90s X-Men, I start humming it because it's catchy.
Oh, it is.
They really got us with that.
Yep. It's ingrained. I remember waking up early before school just to catch it on like Fox, like cartoons.
Yep.
Like, oh yes.
Yep.
Um, you said you're big into Japanese culture.
Mhm.
What about your favorite anime?
Ooh. Um, Bleach.
Bleach.
Because that's the first one I got into. I got into like three at the same time, all stemming from like middle school when I went to the library. They ended up having manga there, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And so it was Bleach, Fruits Basket, and Prince of Tennis, which are three different genres anime.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I got into all three, and then that's when I ventured more into like Fullmetal Alchemist and Naruto and One Piece and all these other ones. And I'm like, and obviously like One Piece is still going,
Right.
and that's like I haven't even caught up yet. I'm still behind, and they're still going.
I've
But
never
like
watched it. I'm like, it's. I feel like it's so daunting to even start. So I'm like, I'm so.
it's a lot. I have two wrestling friends down here in Arizona that are now watching it. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna feel like you're super behind. Just keep going. Like just go.
Yeah.
If you're gonna start, just
Yeah,
start.
that's
Just
how I
start.
felt. When I was watching, when I was trying to catch up, I'm caught up now, but it took me like about a year to catch up.
Yeah, it takes
Started off so
forever because
late
there's
that I had
so
to,
many.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's just a lot of them in there.
We got a wrestler here in Michigan that started his own action figure line, his own action figure company, and right now he's
Okay.
got like Congo Kong, he's got himself and a couple other ones. You got Sean Evans. Is that something that you'd be interested in maybe doing like an action figure or something?
Yeah, for sure. I would
Hmm.
absolutely love to do that. That
Okay,
actually would be really, really cool.
I'll talk
Make
to
her
him
make
about
her
it.
one in that and one in green and send them to her.
That'd be dope.
Ooh, yeah.
Well,
That would be dope as hell.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Slender Man, you did good, man. Finding this woman wrestler to come on our show, bro. She's got
awesome.
game. She's got hella talent, and she's smart. Beautiful,
Yeah,
brother. You did great, man. You definitely found us a diamond.
I tried my best. I'm trying to get a American Punk on here, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
I'll yell at him for you.
Yeah, please,
Net-
yeah, because
network.
I'll
yeah,
yell at
because
him. Yeah,
on his Instagram it
exactly.
says DM me here, so I DM'd them, but nothing. So I'm like, all right,
I'll yell at him and tell him to answer you.
And that's
Sometimes it's hard to get a hold of him, but me and Ozzy are somehow able to talk to him, and he'll like. It seems like he'll answer within like a day or something. But
yeah,
if I
yeah,
bother him enough, he'll answer me because he knows. I'm
yeah,
like,
I
you don't
got
answer
you.
me, I will keep bugging you. Like we
Yeah,
figured this out already.
we
yeah. I mean,
we keep
I'm.
telling Slender Man just tell people you're part of the bloodline. They'll believe you.
I mean, but you just might. You never know.
Yeah.
They would have to look.
got a
They would have to
they got
look.
a they got a big family tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually be saying on the live shows whenever we watch PLEs for WWE, I'd be like, "Oh look, there goes my cousin Jay." The only time I see those guys
Only
is
time I see
Thanksgiving.
him. Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving. That's the only time we all get together.
Yeah, I actually sent Fallen Gray a message too a while back ago, and didn't hear nothing back too. So, oh, you guys are just
I'll
too
try.
busy.
I'll try. I'll try to talk to her. I don't know. I feel like I don't know if Punk might not be the same, but I don't know about Gray. I feel like Gray
Yeah,
maybe
but
she's
yeah. The only
iffy.
reason
I'm
why I
not
want to
sure.
punk,
I got
I
you.
can bring him up. I can
yeah,
bring him up though. I can bring it up to him.
perfect. Yeah, because the only reason why I even mentioned it or to even try to see if we could get a hold of him is because I had already asked him after a show. I think it was in where was it? Cyprus. I
Yeah.
told him if he wanted to be on the show. He said, "Yeah, he would love to be on the show." So that's why I'm like, okay, if you can help me on hitting him up, letting him know, that'd be great.
Yeah, no, I can
Appreciate it.
help you out because I know it was last month and the month before. I know he had been moving, so
Ah,
I
okay,
know that
okay,
he should be done with moving now. So
gotcha.
I'll at least like poke him to say, hey, like Slender is asking for you. You probably should get on his podcast before I tell on you and sit and send him a video to tell him that you said he's the worst or something. So-
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great if you could just hit him up. I mean,
Sure.
whatever works on his schedule is fine with us.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'll let him know.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the bell.
All it takes is 2 clicks once
2
you do it.
clicks, that's right.
Hey, make sure to check out SOS on
SOS.
AWF Wrestling and 3PWA Wrestling and any other organization that should branch out from there on out. See you, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
Before we end all the way, you got some upcoming dates you want to put out there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So September 27th, I'll be here at Arizona Wrestling Federation Reckoning. I'm actually going to be in a cage match because all the matches are in cages.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So
cage
it'll
match.
where's that gonna
yeah,
be at?
so I'll be in a cage match. It's gonna be out here in Phoenix. I actually forgot exactly where. Like, I have the address, but I forgot exactly what the place is called because
Gotcha.
it's nearby where I currently reside. So I'm trying. I can't remember the name of it, but it will be out here in Phoenix. And then on October 3rd, I'll be going out to Corona for 3PWA.
Nice. I'll
And
be
then
there on that
after
show.
that, for the 5th, because I might have to stay out there, I'll be doing East Los Lucha. I actually got asked by them to work with them on the 5th out in the LA area. So I
Nice.
will be out there literally that weekend. Trying to get a October 4th date for California so I can just stay there all 3 days instead of just going back home. um,
Right.
Right.
but and then I believe the 11th I have the Arizona Wrestling Federation Festival, and then I also am pending a couple dates with a company out here called Lucha Vaz. They usually do lucha matches and stuff like that, but they
Mm.
do a lot of us American ones as well. But it's mostly at like festivals now. So there is a couple of that one. Definitely keep an eye on my socials. My socials are where I will post everything generally, especially because I post promos all the time. So that you'll
Yeah.
definitely know where it's at.
Nice.
But yeah, those are generally my upcoming ones. I know a lot of people are more excited about my one for the 25th of October because that one I'm going to Future Women's of Wrestling for their October
Oh,
show. I'm going against Jin Savani, one of my very good friends. So that's going to be exciting. And the day before that, on the 24th, I'm actually going to California. No, I'm going to Vegas because
oh,
there's a company out there that actually just asked me to work them as well. So I am like
Man, busy.
I'm going to be a travel junkie for like October, where I'm just
Right.
going all over the Southwest, like in a triangle.
It's good though.
No, I
Working.
know it's
yeah.
very good. That's like I said, I'm booked and busy, and I'm very grateful and blessed to have the opportunity to do so. And the more that come, the more thankful I am because it's showing that people see for what I can do, not uh just by seeing what's on my socials, but like with you guys, like word of mouth and things like that, that a lot of people are now noticing, and then
Yeah.
that to me is enough. And I'm always grateful for people who do that. So thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming on.
For sure.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the area where she'll be at any of those dates, check her out.
Yeah.
Go and support the local indie scenes. You know,
Because
Always.
the indies are booming right now, man.
Hey,
Oh
WWE's
yeah.
overpricing everything.
Oh yeah.
Support
TK
your support
T
your indie promotion. Support your indie wrestler. Tip us,
right.
please.
There you go.
There you
Buy our
go.
merch. That's the tip.
Yeah.
Buy the merch.
Buy the
Our
merch.
merch is cheaper than WWE.
Oh yeah,
by far.
I bet.
Man. TKO.
TKO has ruined the ticket pricing
They
for WWE.
tweeted out something about oh yeah, for far too long Vince was catering to family and kids with the ticket prices. Like he wasn't trying to
What's wrong with that?
He wasn't trying to make money. Like, and they're comparing it to UFC and their ticket prices and how much they make off of ticket prices. And it's like somebody in the comments was like, "These people just made one of the biggest villains of all time a hero now."
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, man, like you're pricing out the poor fans. Like
Yeah.
when it's like we went to Raw in Detroit. Like, and it was the first Raw after Hogan died, and it was like $80 a piece for nosebleeds. We were way up there, so it was like
That's crazy.
yeah. And these arenas,
That is insane.
the arenas a lot of times, like in these big arenas, the seating's not comfortable. I'm a big dude, so I'm like I'm squeezing into
you
this
on that one,
seat.
brother.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like I'm not comfortable,
And you know what though, like when you go to an indie show, chances are you're gonna get to see or meet somebody that's been on TV before, or you're gonna get to meet and interact with some talent that's gonna be on said company, on said TV someday. You know what I mean? Like I guarantee, girl, you gonna be on TNA somewhere. You going somewhere? I guarantee it, and probably gonna be soon. Like 'cause you
Thank
got some
you.
game.
I am hoping so. I'm working my ass off to get there. Like as long as I get to any of those, I'm forever like at that point. I'm at like peace at that point once I get there.
Right.
Right.
So, I always told my guys here, I'm like, bro, like, one day, interviewing the talents on the indies, bro, one day we're gonna have somebody on that ends up going that way. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be amazing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So,
well, thank you again for coming on. Anytime you want to come on, if you want to promote something, just reach out to us.
Yeah.
mhm.
For sure. For
Yeah, we
sure.
got you. Anytime you need to do anything, man, we got you. We're here to have your
For
back.
sure. I
Ladies and
appreciate it.
oh yeah, no problem. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be entertained. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.